So welcome to the University of Miami Lowe Art Museum's Art of Mindfulness. It's a collaboration with the University of Miami School of Law, a mindfulness and law program, and a partnership with MindfulTime. So every other Tuesday, we will have the Art of Mindfulness, which is today, which is a more traditional mindfulness guided practice. And then every other Tuesday is Mindful Looking, which is practicing mindfulness with a work of art from the Lowe Art Museum's permanent collection. So I really want to just quickly, I'm just sharing my screen. These are the people that you might see any one of us at a certain time leading the mindfulness sessions. But today you'll see the highlighted, I am really thankful, and the Lowe is really thankful to Alice Lash from MindfulTime for leading the first Tuesday of every month session for the past over 2 years now, and we're really grateful for her partnership. Alice has practiced mindfulness meditation for nearly 20 years. She retired 10 years ago from the practice of law to offer mindfulness instruction, and she opened MindfulTime in 2009 in South Miami. So we're really grateful. With that, I am going to turn the mic over to Alice Lash.
So I just wanted to welcome everyone to this session. I'm so delighted to share mindfulness with you today, and I hope for those of you that are new to the practice, you'll find this fairly easy to follow. There couldn't be a better time for us to come together and practice. There is so much in our lives right now that is not normal. There's so much uncertainty that we all have, but we do have this great opportunity to feel this sense of connection. And I hope you do feel it. There's right now, I think about 63 people on our session right now, and it's actually growing. And just even to take a minute, and you may not be able to see everyone on your screen, even if you have the view of seeing the gallery, but it's a real sense of connectivity right now, that all of us are here because we want to take a little time for ourselves. Mindfulness is a practice of being present in the moment. And it's not about needing to be present for every moment that hasn't happened yet. So we don't have to think about later today or tomorrow or the next day. When we do that, we often do get filled with some worry or some possible fear or anxiety, but it's really just about being right here, right now, and opening to whatever is. The more that we engage in this practice of mindfulness, we recognize that we can strengthen the ability to be in the moment with whatever is happening. So what we're going to do, I'm going to guide us through a practice where we're going to strengthen our ability to be in the present. We do not expect that, and we never expect that when you're practicing mindfulness, that your attention is going to be in the present the entire time. We're human, we have thoughts, we have minds that wander, and of course, your attention is going to wander while we're engaged in the meditation. It's probably wandered already, and that's not a problem. But when you do notice that your attention has wandered away, just see if you could come back and start over. And that's what mindfulness is really asking us to do, is number one, to just come back and start over in this moment. And the other thing that we're invited to do is to just be gentle with ourselves. And actually, there couldn't be a better time to be kind and gentle with ourselves. This is not easy to get through a period in time like this. None of us have really ever trained for something that is this challenging, with social and physical distancing and not knowing what the next couple days, weeks, months will bring. But we can train for it now, and we can train for it with the mindfulness practice. So as Jodi mentioned, and I do just want to say a thank you to Jodi and all the other people at the Lowe Art Museum at the University of Miami for hosting this program that has been going on for the last several years. We did in the past meet in person, but this is a wonderful platform to be meeting in. If you do have questions, there is a chat feature at the bottom of your screen, and you can type in any questions you have or any comments that you have there. So let's get started, and I would just invite you to find whatever seat you're in right now and just allow yourself to get into a comfortable posture. I do have a practice of ringing chimes that if you can see my screen, you'll see them on the screen. And it's just a way of saying, now's our formal time to practice. So I'll ring them at the beginning and at the end, and we'll get going. So I would invite you to take a moment now to either gently close your eyes, if that feels comfortable, or you might want to just lower your gaze. You actually can keep your eyes open if that feels more comfortable for you, but find a place a couple feet in front of you to just kind of softly rest your gaze. And what we'll do at the beginning is bring our attention into the space of our bodies and just see if it's possible to let your body loosen or soften, maybe just 5% more than it already is. Where could you move towards a greater sense of softening right now? Maybe letting your shoulders drop, letting your arms rest comfortably wherever they're falling. And I would ask you to bring particular attention to your face without even realizing it. We tend to hold a lot of tightness and tension in the muscles of the face. So it's an opportunity right now to just soften the mouth, the jaw, and especially your eyes. For many of us, there's so much that we're taking in visually with the news, the media, social media. A lot of it is unsettling. So it's a time right now to know that there's nothing you need to see. You could allow your eyes to soften and relax. When the body is in a more relaxed state, it's much easier for the mind to begin to calm down. So just taking a moment to feel the different places where your body is making contact with the seat or wherever you find yourself, whatever surface you're resting against, just feeling those contact points. And that's just a way of little by little bringing your attention into the present, knowing that our bodies only happen in the present moment. So they provide a wonderful place for us to put our attention. So could you feel your feet and wherever they're touching a surface? Can you feel the back side of your body wherever it's connected? Just feeling these touch points, just knowing that they're happening, bringing the mind back when it wanders off, and knowing that that's not a problem. And then we're just going to take a little time to practice with sounds. Sounds are occurring in the present. There may not be much in the field of sounds right now for you, and that's okay. You could just have some time with the silence, where you may notice the hum of some machinery, equipment. Sometimes we hear sounds coming from our bodies. There's nothing that you're really doing right now. It's just letting your ears hear, allowing yourself to listen, being gentle with however this practice is going for you. You can't get it wrong. At most, you're going to get sleepy or you'll get distracted, and one way or the other, you'll at some point come back to the present. Giving yourself this opportunity to be gentle with yourself. And then when you're ready, just beginning to come back to your body, maybe just checking in to see if you need to relax again or soften. And I would invite you to begin to notice your breathing. Some people find it most comfortable to bring their attention to their abdomen and just feeling the stretching and contracting in the belly, or the rising and falling of the belly. But if you have an established practice and you know that feeling the breath coming in and out of the nostrils or at the chest or the back of the throat is more comfortable, then please go ahead and bring your attention there. And if you are like a number of people that just find being with the breath uncomfortable, regardless of where you put your attention, you could just softly rest your attention on your hands, just feeling the texture, the temperature of the hands. The anchor is not as important as just being able to find a place to rest your attention that's in the present. If your attention is at the belly, you might even want to place the palm of your hand there. Just feeling how the belly rises and falls with each breath. Nothing is more important than this breath, this moment right now, because it's the only moment we get to live in. Bringing our full attention to this breath. In fact, if you're struggling to meditate during this period of time, this session, or these past couple weeks, you might even want to just have a time here and then during the day, just to have one breath where you're fully attentive to it, giving yourself an opportunity to reset. One moment at a time, one breath at a time. Another opportunity to be gentle with yourself, letting go of judgment, letting go of thoughts about the past and those about the future. Just feeling the breath coming and going. You are okay in this moment. You can take a breath in this moment. You can let go of whatever's taken your attention away and come back and start over. Beginning again with a sense of kindness toward yourself, with a fresh sense of attention. What I'd like to do now is a little variation on a compassion and self-compassion practice. Compassion arises when we recognize that there is a difficulty, a challenge, some suffering. And in one way or another, we all are finding ourselves in a time of challenge or difficulty or suffering. So in this practice, it's fairly simple. What you're going to do is on the in-breath, just silently saying to yourself, breathing in for me. It's like giving yourself some compassion. And on the out-breath, you're going to say silently, breathing out for you. The you could be anyone. It could change with each breath you take or stay the same. So let's try it together. Breathing in for me. Breathing out for you. The you can be a group of people, could be one person, whatever feels right for you. Breathing in for me. Breathing out for you. Breathing in for me. Breathing out for you. And if you care to, you could breathe out for all the people that are suffering with the COVID pandemic. Sending out your compassion. You don't have to feel anything as you're doing this. It's really just a way of giving our attention to ourselves and to other people. Breathing in for me. Breathing out for you. Just allowing your breath to be as easy and as comfortable as it can be. If you care to, on the next breath, you could say, breathing in for me, and breathing out to the 70 other people on this Zoom call. And then just going back to however it feels comfortable to you. If it feels comfortable, you may want to even take the palm of your hand and place it on your heart space, the area of your heart. And just try the practice with this tactile support. Breathing in for me. Breathing out for you, whoever the you is in your mind. Giving yourself this time to just be right here. Nothing else matters but this moment, right here, right now. You might want to just check back in with the body, seeing if you need to just soften again. And then as you're ready, you could just begin to bring yourself back to the normal, natural breath, letting go of whatever thoughts or phrases are there. Maybe just taking a moment as the meditation begins to come to an end, just to kind of check in with yourself. We don't always feel better after we engage in meditation. We don't always feel relaxed, but we can have strengthened our awareness of ourselves so we have a better sense of knowing how we are. So just kind of checking in to see how you are in this moment, how you feel, how the practice was for you. And then I'm going to begin to ring the chimes to bring the meditation to an end. And I would just really invite you to not feel like you need to rush to open your eyes or lift your gaze or look at the screen. Just try to slow things down a little bit. Take your time. Taking whatever time you need to come back to visual presence. You may want to stretch your body a little bit and just let your body kind of move a little bit after sitting still for a little while. And then what we're going to do, we tend to do this in our in-person sessions, is we have an opportunity to share any observations or ask any questions. And we're going to do it through the chat feature, which is at the bottom of your screen. So you'll have to type it in if you do have an observation or a question. And I will try to get to as many of them as I can. Jodi is going to assist me with just kind of maybe reading out either some of the comments or questions so that I can more easily answer them.
Thanks, Alice. So far, we just have a lot of thank yous. You might want to tell everyone that you're going to do another practice so they don't leave.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll do another short practice before we leave. And if are there any other questions that are coming up?
Just some comments. Great to hear your voice, Alice. A gift to find such tranquility in my crowded house. Thank you, much needed fresh air in the midst of this time of crisis. Thank you, looking forward to next week's session. This is one of the highlights of my week. Thanks, Alice. Always enjoy meditating with you. Great to see you. Oh, here's a question. Any books you can recommend to read during this time that relate to mindfulness?
So one person that I consider one of my teachers, and I do have to say she does teach in the Buddhist tradition, but I think that her work is very accessible. Like, you don't have to believe anything to enjoy and take advantage of her teachings. And that her name is Pema Chodron, and she has a book called Comfortable with Uncertainty. I probably have it behind me somewhere. Anyway, that's the name of the book, and obviously that's where we find ourselves right now, is in this incredibly uncertain time that has this possibility of generating a lot of fear, a lot of worry, a lot of anxiety. And I would just really encourage you to take advantage of any of the things that you know can be supportive for you as a way to reduce feelings of stress, anxiety, worry, and uncertainty. Mindfulness is a great practice. You don't have to sit for 20 minutes to get the benefit of it. Do a minute or two each day, and it can be really helpful. So before we have to end, I'm trying to see the time. We just have a couple minutes, so I'm just going to guide us through another real short practice, and then I'll stay on after 1:30 for any of you that have any questions. So just go ahead and take another comfortable seat, and we'll just do a very short practice. So just finding your seat again, letting your body soften and relax. Making contact with your breath wherever it feels most comfortable to you. This isn't about controlling your breath or making it special or different. It's really about letting the breath flow through you however it wants to be, and seeing if you could feel it happening. The belly expanding and contracting, or the coolness of the in-breath at the nostrils and the warmth of the out-breath at the nostrils. So just finding a place where it feels comfortable. And in this practice of just giving ourselves a little support, a little encouragement, I'm going to say a phrase out loud, and you could just repeat it silently to yourself. If you want to change the words around so they sound better for you, it's perfectly okay. And the phrase I'm going to offer is, things are difficult now, and I am okay. Things are difficult now, and I am okay. Just a way of sending yourself a little bit of support, a little bit of encouragement, knowing that if you can take this breath, you are okay. Things are difficult now, and I am okay. Gently opening your eyes or lifting your gaze. Taking a moment to just congratulate yourself for taking this time. The best way to be there for anyone else is to take care of yourself first. And the best way to take care of yourself is just to take a little time where you don't have to do anything else. So I want to thank you for being a part of this call today. I want to thank Jodi and Hope and everyone else at the Lowe for supporting these practices. Next week, we will do a different kind of practice that Jodi and Hope from the Lowe Art Museum will be guiding, where it's a mindful looking. You'll be able to be with one of the works of art from the museum and do a mindfulness practice. It's a lovely way of practicing mindfulness in a different way, and I would strongly encourage you to join. Same time, Tuesday, 1 to 1:30, and then we're back with a straight mindfulness practice the following week. So I'm happy through the chat feature to answer any questions you have or any comments. I'll stay on for a little while, and I just want to wish everyone well during this time.
Thanks so much, Alice. Yeah, I'm just gonna let everyone write their comments, but before they leave, I want to quickly share my screen so that they can see where to find the link for this. Hopefully, if you didn't get the email for it, you can go to the Lowe Art Museum's website, which is just lowe.miami.edu, and you'll see right here, there's a link that says Lowe Mindfulness Online. And when you click on that, it takes you to a page about our programs. And there's a link here that says Lowe Mindfulness Session, the same meeting ID and password. And this link will automatically take you to the Zoom session. So next Tuesday at 1. just wanted to show you that. And I also wanted to share that our friends and partners at the Libraries, I know Kelly Miller is on, and she posted a resource. They've created a list of resources, books and articles for you to read if you go to Libraries. And also tomorrow, Wednesday at 4, Kelly will be leading her mindfulness session. So you could do Tuesdays and Wednesdays if you really need your daily dose of mindfulness.
Yeah, hi Hillary. It's good to see you. You know, I think the languaging around what we say to ourselves is so important. And when I use the word and instead of but in things are difficult now and I am okay, both things are true. And we're not diminishing the first thing. Things are difficult. And it's really, there's no but. I mean, they are. And so it's just a way of really expressing that both things are true. And things can be unpleasant and they still can be okay. So that is why I chose the word and in that last phrase in the last meditation. Thank you for asking that question. That was a good question.
Great. I personally thought, Alice, that it was really great and helpful to have, I really liked the breathing in for me and breathing out for you direction. I thought that was really very timely, really helpful, and great at, at any time. As you said, taking time for yourself is so important. And I really appreciated that.
Great. Well, any of those practices that we did can be used at any time during the day. I mean, you could take one breath, breathing in for me, breathing out for you. Doing that is supportive and helpful. It doesn't have to be an entire meditation.
Great. Somebody said that they enjoy your very calm voice, and it was very helpful.
I'm glad that you're able to participate, that everyone here was able to participate. And to be together and to feel the connection and collective sense of togetherness, even though we're apart. I felt very meaningful to me.
I just want to thank everyone for being here, and especially, again, thank Alice Lash from MindfulTime for leading this wonderful session and for your partnership with the Lowe and the university.
Thank you for being the support for it.
And I see that those of you that are still here with us, if you can, just type in your thoughts or comments, we appreciate it. Someone says, thanks, Alice. I've been wanting to do this since we met almost 2 years ago. But Tuesdays are usually golf day, so he was able to come. So one bright side of the staying inside, right?
Right. You know what? There's always silver linings. It's really just a matter of paying attention to them. So having this opportunity to be together is a silver lining.
So I guess we'll just give it a couple more minutes if anybody, since there's only about 17 of us left, we'll just give it a couple minutes more if you have anything else you want to say, and then sign off. Is that okay with you, Alice?
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. Somebody was saying that being together feels better even if we meditate by ourselves. It's true. There's some sense of support and connection that comes from being together, even if we're not physically in the same room. It's just, there's a power to it. There's a sense of connectivity, and I feel it. And I recognize what you're saying and feel the same way, and appreciate everybody coming together. So Thank you.
Yeah, we often would say that in the in-person sessions at the Lowe on Tuesdays. It was just something about being with others made it more supportive. I don't know if that's the right word.
Sometimes it's hard to sustain a practice all by yourself, you know, and to know that there are other people coming together practicing the same thing and probably pretty much for the same reason. And at its base level, it's just increasing a sense of well-being. We all just want to feel okay, regardless of our circumstances and what's happening. And to know that in coming together today, or at any time when we come together to meditate, or at any time when we meditate on our own, really at its base level, we're just wanting to increase our sense of well-being, feeling as well as we can physically, emotionally, spiritually in our circumstances, and knowing that that's really why we were all here together.
Yeah, absolutely. I imagine it's much like, you know, why you sign up for group exercise classes, because it helps you stay on task, stay motivated to do it.
Right.
At least for me, that's why I do
Right.
it.
Well, thank you all for joining today. I'll look forward to seeing you in the next weeks, and please come back to the other programs at the Lowe.
Yes, thanks everyone. We're going to sign off now, and we hope to see you next Tuesday at 1 p.m. Find the link on the Lowe website. Have a great day, everyone.